Hello, welcome to this book reading of the upcoming book, drum roll, of Trying to Make It. So once a month, I actually share a book excerpt to my email community to receive the excerpts, and there's other special offerings and things that I give as gifts occasionally, updates and all that good stuff. You can just go to ELYSEHUGHESWRITER.com. My email sign up is right up at the top of the page if you want to get in on the action. So this month we are in day 3 called Microscopic Movement. I'll give you a little bit of background since I'm just starting this playlist on YouTube. So Trying to Make It is a book about last March. I had a major crash and burn in my business, and I had been a serial entrepreneur for 3 years. I decided to step away from my business and into my life. And for 31 days, I turned off all production. I was doing YouTube videos. I was posting up to 3 times a week at that point. I was doing a video blog every week. I was doing tons of social media. I was creating all these different free programs and freebies and opt-ins and stuff. Totally entrenched in all the online content that you would be doing for an online business. And I decided to step away from all of it and even go off social media, go off of it personally, completely detach from it for 31 days. Within a couple of days of me doing that, I actually got the inspiration and the layout for this book, Trying to Make It. And each day within this book is one day in the 31 days. And within each day is actually a flashback to a time in my past when I was trying to make it. It is so emotional. It is the deepest parts of my story that I have shared in little snippets here and there. But sharing it this way is so much more vivid and deep and real. And the chapter I was reading yesterday, I just started bawling because it was such an emotional experience in my life, and bringing that to light again and recreating that experience was so intense. And so I hope that when you experience these readings, when you receive the monthly book excerpt, that you can really feel that, get into the story. And there's nothing like just holding a good book between your hands and finding yourself within its pages. And so that's why I'm sharing these excerpts with you, so you can get a taste for it, and it can kind of wake us all up to the potential that we have for ourselves in our lives to ditch the reality, see beyond the circumstances, and live our dream. So in this chapter, Microscopic Movement, we are on the 3rd day of the 31 days, and there's a lot in here about, well, you'll see. Let's dive in. And this is an excerpt of the excerpt. So if you want to receive the full chunk that I'm going to be sending out this month, go ahead and sign up on ELYSEHUGHES.com. Okay, here we go. And a little bit of background. So in the last chapter, we just upgraded our 2nd floor porch to a penthouse patio. So we took all our cacti and we replanted them, and we made this huge upgrade. And this kind of ties into that seeing beyond circumstances, doing what you can with what you have. But another point that I made was, at this point, we bought those pots on a credit card. And it was something that was beyond the means of what the paycheck that my PIC, partner in crime, could afford. But it was just some comfort and some love and some nurturing for us that was life's taking care of us, and it's all good. And I'm not encouraging going into debt here, putting a bunch of stuff on your credit card. But what I'm saying is there are a ton of gray areas, and also to not wait to live your life and have joy until you make it. So here we go. Day 3, Microscopic Movement, excerpt of the excerpt. Back at home, our 2nd floor porch was now a penthouse patio bathed in slanting sunlight. A handful of cacti reached as high as my hips in their new homes, and our smaller babies lined wooden shelves and fresh terracotta that had just absorbed its first watering. The beginning poems of spring floated in golden beams of the shrinking sun. If you looked out and down, you'd eye a mound of unsightly dirt the maintenance crew had dumped after pipe construction. Brown splatters confettied the windows, remnants of a shoddy paint job. Beer cans clinked as the breeze tumbled them down our side street. But our patio was the penthouse a floor above reality. created with dreams and a molten desire for a beautiful life. When I looked too hard at the world around us, traces of struggle and hard living tarnished the edges of my aspirations. I had to choose the life I wanted to see. I had to coat my circumstances in a gloss of irrelevance and optimism. I had to ditch the reality altogether in order to live my dream. That night, I edged through the discomfort of doing my taxes. Disappointment didn't even come close to the emotional dip I experienced after adding up a grand total of $214.87 in revenue for 2016. I couldn't believe that was the financial result of the countless hours I'd worked. But there it was, a blatant slap in the face to the hustle mantra, hard work pays off, and another reminder that it was time to do things differently. Sometimes movement feels so slow, it's microscopic, like watching plants grow. Every day you look at them and nothing's happening, so it seems. Then one day you gaze at a sizable new offshoot and wonder, how did that happen? Sometimes you can't sense your progress at all. It may even feel like a karmic magnet is pulling you backward. Rest assured, the movement is always happening, regardless of our awareness of it. In every moment, we are more than we were before. My neighborhood was seedy, my income was shit, and my self-esteem tattered. Yet my progress was undeniable. I was braver, filled with revived determination, strangely free. I had cool jeans, new undies, and a penthouse patio, the best on the block. These small wins incubated the inspiration to keep me going. Besides, if I couldn't get excited about the tiny things, how could I celebrate the big ones? Quote, "Know what's weird? Day by day, nothing seems to change, but pretty soon, everything's different." That's from Bill Watterson. Oh, all smiles to you today, and just know, wherever you are, it is fucking good enough. All right, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye. Links are below.